Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to today's video. I really wasn't going to film this, but I thought, you know what, this might really help some of y'all who were kind of heartbroken about missing out on this palette, which I think in the future she'll bring it back. I don't know that for sure. I don't know when, but the Pat McGrath Divine Rose that everybody was in a frenzy over. I'm actually kind of surprised that I was able to grab mine before it sold out. But anyways, again, this was just the hot commodity. She released it at Selfridges and it sold out so quickly. And then, of course, when that happens, I feel like it puts everybody in a frenzy because everyone's like, oh my gosh, I have to get my hands on this. So let me kind of start you from the beginning. When I first saw the stock photos for this, when I first saw that this was going to be released, I was like, gosh, I love her packaging. Her outer cardboard packaging is one of the main draws to her palettes for me, which is ridiculous because it's a piece of paper. But literally, this packaging is everything, truly. I love it. I think the pink is stunning. I think it just, everything about it, it's very different from what she has done. But when I saw the stock photos, I was just like, I don't know that it seems like everything I would want. Her prior two have been so incredible, like Midnight Sun and then the one Bronze Ambition. It had unique shades that just packed such a punch. And so anyways, long story short, had kind of decided this wasn't for me, but then I got caught up in the hype. I really did. And I signed up for her notification for when it would be available, and then I saw it was going to be available at a certain time on a certain day, and I was like, all right, I'm going to see. I'm going to see. I always tell myself that. And then the email came through, discount code. Long story short, obviously, I picked it up. So then I thought, okay, you know what? People are saying it's more beautiful in person than it is in the pictures. So that's probably what it is. I know I'm going to love it. And then it came in and I thought, I don't know if it looks as amazing, you know, if it looks more amazing in real life than it does in the pictures. So I really kept it new because I thought I'm gonna sell it on Posh, but it was sitting there and everyone, I know a lot of y'all had mentioned that I probably would love it, and so I ended up I thought, you know what, this may be the next best thing for me. I don't know. So I ended up using it and I just was like, I don't see it. I don't see what the big issue is or what the big deal is. Anyways, so I say that, but that's not to bash any of y'all who love this palette, because that's what I love about the makeup industry. There's something for everybody. And what I love, y'all may not love, and vice versa, you know? So that doesn't mean it's not an amazing palette. It's just not for me. And so I kind of want to tell you why. So literally, I'm not going to swatch this whole palette because I literally used about 5 of the 10 shades. So I don't want to swatch them all, just because I am going to end up putting this on Posh, not for as much as I was, because obviously I did dip into it once, but even touching something once kind of brings down its value. So okay, the first reason I'm not crazy about this palette is that the standout shades so the reason I love Pat McGrath palettes, obviously her standout shades. People love her mattes and her mattes perform amazing, but I don't feel like I have to pay so much for the mattes. I do it for the standout shades. The standout shades for me in this one were a disappointment. So first off, this shade right here I already own in Midnight Sun. It was a dupe. It was a, not a dupe. Is it called a dupe? Anyways, same shade, different palette. So I already own that one. And that shade is stunning. It really is. But again, I already have it. The next one is this one, and that's really the main reason I wanted this palette, was for this apricot shade. It's pretty, it's not sensational. It reminded me very much of when I first got into Pat McGrath and I was like, these are pretty, but I don't see what all the hype is about for spending so much on a palette. What changed my mind was Bronze Ambition. After that, I was like, I see what people see in this, and that kind of brought out a love for the other palettes I had. But this takes me back to when I questioned why, what all the hype was about. So it looks very fresh, very pretty. It does not have the intensity that I was hoping for. And this one I will give you a swatch of just because it's one of the ones that I did touch and use on the eye. But this is what it looks like. So yes, it looks pretty, but once you put it on the eye, something gets lost in translation. I just don't know. I mean, truly, if I were to give you a kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I like these Touch in Soul shadows better. This has the intensity and metallic finish that I want and that I love. This, I feel some of the Pat McGrath palettes have. So, and I grabbed that because it's sitting right here from a video I had recently filmed. So this is that apricot shade. It's pretty. It's not sensational. So do you see, like, it's got that apricot orangey look, but I feel like once I put it on my eye, something happens that it gets very muted. I don't know. Anyways, so that's that. As far as the others, this particular shade right here is very similar to the highlight, and I have the highlight palette, and it's just very, there's something about it that just is kind of lackluster to me. Hang tight, let me grab the highlight palette and I'll show you. Okay, so here we have the highlight palette. Mine arrived broken way back when I ordered it. But anyways, so I can't really put it up because my middle shade is absolutely broken. If I tip it over, it'll all fall out. But anyways, so here is what the highlight looks like. So let me swatch it, and this literally is the exact same shade in eyeshadow format as the eyeshadow. So that's what that looks like. Again, it's nothing super amazing or spectacular, and it's the highlight shade that I like the least in the palette. So there's that. And then as far as like a few of the other standout shades, so this one right here, I literally would probably use it as a brow bone highlight. I used it once in my inner corner, and it was pretty, but again, nothing earth-shattering to where I feel like I had to pay this much for the palette. And then lastly, what I'm going to tell you is these shades, like right here, they are very, how can I put it? Shadows don't speak to me when there's just a whole lot of dark. And it may not look like it because they are different variations of rosy tones. Obviously, this is a rose palette, but it just doesn't speak to me. There's nothing that I can vary in here to where it would be a super amazing look. But in addition to that, there's nothing really that would make me want to reach for another palette to pair with this one, which I've told y'all time and time again. I don't mind doing that because it helps me get more use out of my other palettes. I don't mind combining, but it just doesn't excite me to want to reach for it. And I don't know. That just may be personal preference. Let me give you a couple of swatches of the ones I have used. This particular, what would be the lightest matte here for like a transition, it actually comes across very deep. It's like a gray rose, and I'm not really a fan. It's kind of, I don't know. It's just not as amazing to me as I would have hoped. Let me see what else I can give you a swatch of for the ones that I have used. I really don't want to touch the ones that I, haven't touched. But let's see. So let me also give you the swatch for this one right here. Do you see how they keep on coming across like dark? And granted, that doesn't mean you can't do like a halo eye and do the deep ones around and do like the apricot shade, in the middle or whatever. But I don't know, guys. It just doesn't speak to me, and maybe that's not enough reason to not like it. I don't know. Some of y'all may be like, okay, it's the most beautiful palette ever, and I will tell you, the quality of the shadows is in line with the quality of her other shadows. I think we all know Pat McGrath quality as far as just the texture and the touch and feel. Amazing. They're very buttery, very, very soft to the touch. Nothing there, nothing different there. It's just like the tones don't really speak to me. I don't know. I wasn't impressed, and honestly, for this much, I would have thought, like, the first time I would have been like, wow, this is the best thing ever. And granted, you may say you need to use it several more times to really test it out and know if you like it. I know that to be true because I do YouTube videos for y'all, and so, testing something means testing something. However, given the fact that I wasn't wowed the first time around, for me, I still want to be able to sell it in an almost new way, and so keeping on testing it just doesn't do it for me. So lastly, let me give you a swatch of this, what could be like a brow bone highlight. So definitely, I mean, it's fine. It's just not anything that I feel the need to have to reuse over and over, which really is surprising to me, because when I watched Tara Baby's video when she hauled this, she had said that she loved this so much that she hadn't put it down for a week. She had been using it every single day for a week. And I guess that just, again, goes to show like different things for different people. Just the tone in this, not the quality. Quality is great. Tone in this just doesn't speak to me. It's not for me. Maybe it's because I like a little bit more brights. Maybe it's because her special formula, I like it to really pack a punch. And these just don't do it for me. The one that does pack a punch is this sparkly one right here. And again, I already have it in a different palette. So I just kind of wanted to share with you guys why you probably won't see this one much anymore in future videos, but also why I didn't like it. Because if you are like me and you have FOMO sometimes, you might, you know, be regretting not purchasing this, or be upset that you missed out on it, or that it sold out while it was in your cart, whatever the case may be. And so if you have likes and dislikes similar to mine, then I just want to let you know, please don't be heartbroken. It's not, I don't feel like it was anything to super miss out on. I mean, I think it's for the price point especially. I really want to be wowed and amazed like I am with some of her palettes, and this just wasn't it for me. So just wanted to share that with you guys on why I was disappointed by this one, why this one just wasn't for me. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope that you found it, it's a very simple short video, but I hope you found it helpful. Maybe a little encouraging if you are feeling that, you know, regret. Anyways, so I hope that you wouldn't mind giving this video a thumbs up, as usual. And if you are new, that you would consider subscribing. I really would love to be able to continue to talk more makeup with you as we start going into the new year, and I'd love to have you as part of this YouTube family. Alright guys, before I let you go, you guys know what it is. I need to give you the verse of the day. Today's is just almost like a Christmas verse, and it comes from Matthew 1:21, and it says, "She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus." Alright guys, I hope you had a most beautiful Christmas with your family if you celebrate Christmas, a beautiful Hanukkah if you celebrate Hanukkah. I pray that you had a wonderful and beautiful time with your family, because that is, I don't know, something about spending time with family and just not being in a rush and just taking that quality time to enjoy every moment and make those memories. It's very, very precious. All right, friends, well, I will see you in the very next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.